2012, the year the cicada hunt started, Obama was re-elected, and the world was supposed to end. But who cares about that? Borderlands 2 dropped and slapped harder than my dad after a bottle of Jack. It's so good that I'm willing to bet the vast majority of Borderlands players have the exact same sentiment I have towards the game. So today we're going to talk about how Borderlands 2 became a cult classic. Are you ready?
Let's get straight to it. On my mama, we lit.
Let's go. Borderlands 2, the sequel to Borderlands, was released on September 18th, 2012 to universal praise. The game nailed almost every aspect of gameplay and story, making for an incredibly fun experience with or without friends. I remember the first time I played Borderlands 2, I actually didn't like it, but I came back to it around 2015 and instantly got addicted. I was doing the headhunter with Marcus and the snowman boss. I sat there farming the train for hours to level up and help my suffering Maya build. All while doing that, I started to realize something. Borderlands 2 has something most games never get right: atmosphere. Walking through the world of Pandora in Borderlands 2 feels like you've been transported into a whole new world that's been lived in long before you arrived. Gearbox did such a good job on the atmosphere in Borderlands 2 that I sometimes still find myself falling into the game and losing track of time, which is rare for me seeing as only one other game I've played has done that. Not only that, but the visuals in Borderlands 2 are breathtaking. For a game released in 2012, I'd say it was top tier, maybe even ahead of its time, because running around the environments of Borderlands 2 with the soundtrack in the background hit different. Even to this day, I'm still amazed that the game looks as good as it does.
Alright. You look good! Right. You look good!
But still, with all that, I feel I haven't accurately described the feeling of Borderlands 2. I don't quite know what the feeling is, but every time I play Borderlands 2, it just feels good, if that makes any sense. Maybe it's nostalgia or something, I don't know. But all of this atmosphere paired with the characters in the game just blended so well. And speaking of characters, let's talk writing. Borderlands 2's writing is, in my opinion, the best writing Gearbox has ever produced to date. Every character feels like they fit into the world and have a purpose for being there. Yes, even Face McShooty. The villain, Handsome Jack, while being a massive condescending word that will get me demonetized, is still likable throughout the entire story, all while making you, the player, seem like the bad guy.
Hey, how did pretzels suck? How's your day been, buddy? We haven't really talked much since I left you for dead. Hey, you think you'll freeze to death out there? No, probably not. Bandits will get you first. My day? Been pretty good. Just bought a pony made of diamonds. Yeah, because I'm rich. So, you know, that's cool. Goodbye.
Not only that, but Borderlands 2's humor, I think we can all agree, was top-notch for the year that it was released in. But Borderlands 2 wasn't always trying to be funny. I'm looking at you, BL3. It also had incredibly dark moments like this one.
Sweetheart, remember that heavy red rock I told you to hide in your dress? Pull the pin at the top, then throw it at the wall. Mommy? Just run! Tina! Run!
These moments make the player feel more connected to the characters in the world of Borderlands, which is exactly why I say this is the best writing to date by Gearbox. But Gearbox didn't just stop there. They also made what might be the best playable characters to date as well. Axton, Maya, Salvador, and Zero are the playable characters of Borderlands 2. Axton the Commando has a turret you throw down that targets enemies. Maya, the Siren, has her phase lock ability which holds an enemy in place for a short period of time. Salvador, the Gunzerker, has the ability to dual wield any two guns in the game. And finally, Zero, the Assassin, has the ability Deception, which turns you invisible and places a decoy for a short duration. While invisible, you have more damage which scales up the longer you are invisible. Now, at first glance, these all seem very simple, but the beauty of Borderlands 2 is that every character can be built to suit your specific needs, as Borderlands 2 has awesome build potential. But don't just take it from me, Jolts said the same thing. He also mentioned farming, which just so happens to be next on my list. Farming in Borderlands 2 is, in my opinion, the best we've ever seen in any lands game to date. Not only did it launch with dedicated drops, but it also had read-only farming from day one as well. Also, getting Legendaries in Borderlands 2 just feels so satisfying compared to the later entries into the series, as Borderlands 2 Legendaries actually seemed rare. They weren't only rare though, they were also really good. But the difference between Borderlands 2 and Borderlands 3 Legendaries was 2's felt powerful if they fit your build. 3's felt powerful all the time, which is not a good thing, as some guns in Borderlands 3 will carry you for 40 plus levels, maybe even into Endgame and beyond. I very much prefer the BL2 system over the newer system, as Borderlands 2 system makes your decisions feel impactful and satisfying when they pay off in Endgame. The Endgame in Borderlands 2 consists of 3 main pillars: extra playthroughs, raid bosses, and OP levels, all of which are completely optional. Let's talk about the extra playthroughs first. Borderlands 2 has 3 playthroughs: normal mode, True Vault Hunter mode, and Ultimate Vault Hunter mode. Normal mode is exactly what it says, the normal game mode. True Vault Hunter mode is a harder scaled up version of normal mode, which adds harder enemies and better loot. Ultimate Vault Hunter mode should just be called Slag.
Yo, that one there was a violation. Personally, I wouldn't have it,
because you basically can't play without it, but UVHM also offers the hardest content if that's your thing. Next, we got raid bosses. These bosses are named using Invincible because they are practically that without the right setup, as the bosses are giga tanky and hit like a truck. Last but not least, we got OP levels. These are basically level ups that don't give you skill points, which artificially makes the game harder. To get an OP level, you have to complete a run on Digistruct Peak, which is basically a training course of sorts. OP levels are the most controversial of the 3 endgame activities, as some of the community saw it as kinda pointless. All in all, Borderlands 2's endgame is very well rounded for almost every type of player in the community, further adding to the enjoyability and longevity of the game. Now, I want to touch on the community itself. Borderlands 2, I believe, is still alive and well due to the absolutely insane content creators that to this day make high quality content like Jolts Dude, Killer 6, and Moxie, but also due to the smaller creators that make amazing content as well, like Termex, Thick Filet, Boogra, Hellfire, Cashew1405, and of course, myself.
Hey, y'all, come look at this.
I'll make sure to link everyone in the description so you can check them out if you haven't already. This is the main reason I believe Borderlands 2 has kept that cult fan base that it's had from the jump. Because without the community, none of this, and I mean none of this, would exist. So shout out to all the dope creators out there making content. I'm sure I've missed some and I'm sorry. But also, shout out to you, the viewers, for keeping this game and its community alive, because without you, there wouldn't even be creators to begin with. So thank you. All the points I made in this video is the culmination of how Borderlands 2 became a cult classic. So now I want to hear your thoughts in the comments. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Let me know. But that's all from me today. If you haven't already, leave a like if you've enjoyed the video, and make sure to check me out on Twitch, as I'm starting to stream over there around 10 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And if you'd like to join our community, drop me a sub. We'd love to have you. Anyways, I love y'all, see you next time, have a good day, and goodbye.